I'm Sara Gore and this is Open House NYC. We are exploring some unique homes this week with design inspiration you are not going to want to miss. We're with this design duo at an apartment renovation that maximizes space and style. Plus, we are inside this elegant penthouse, a detail-rich Brooklyn townhouse, and this bespoke villa with a tropical flair. But before all that, we are inside what has to be one of the most personal homes in all of New York City.
The space is not just decorative. Like everything that civilizes us, it's actually on some level an extension of art.
Welcome to Open House NYC, everyone. You know, we always pride ourselves on exploring the most unique homes on this show, but this week, we are kicking it up a notch. And we are bringing it all to you from right here on one of the city's most special blocks. Washington Mews, in the heart of Greenwich Village, is just steps from Washington Square Park and is one of the last private gated streets in Manhattan. It's lined with 18th century carriage houses that were converted in the 1920s. This is the only private home remaining. The main level features an open kitchen, dining, and living area. Plus, you can set the mood over dinner with this marble fireplace. Upstairs, there are two generous bedrooms, including the bright sky-lit primary suite. This is a true hidden gem in the heart of the village. We are starting things off in the heart of SoHo at this loft overlooking Prince Street. Artist Michael Somoroff designed his home to inspire him and his guests at every turn, and turn, and turn, and turn. And let me tell you, as an agent at Josaphat myself, I've seen this one firsthand, and it really is like nothing else out there. See why.
Hey, welcome. It makes me really happy to have the opportunity to share this loft with you. It became apparent to me that the space is not just decorative. Like everything that civilizes us, it's actually on some level an extension of art. The architecture that you find here is the architecture of religion synthesized with science. We don't think of these two disciplines as being something that you can put together. That tension becomes the motor behind a lot of the designing that's been done here in the space. I believe many of the objects that we live with today represent some of the highest human aspirations. We don't really require a chair to sit on. We could use a rock or a tree stump, as we once did. So it's fascinating to me that we have an inner need to create a chair, which in my mind is essentially a sculpture. One of the things that constantly is commented on when people are here is everyone will say, wow, this dramatically aggressive architecture and its language doesn't feel cold. We really did focus on creating a space that was practical and easy to live in and warm. It was very important to me that we had a dining room that was going to be inspiring to people and something that would invite some kind of awe and a sense of potential when people came together in terms of what we could do together. There was an artist named John Wigmore, and he built this whale, which is lighting the dining room. We've had many events here and dinners here as well, often dinner parties serving up to 35, 40 people. And I think it's been a place where people have really had a good time and felt very inspired. I think it's well known. People gather in the kitchen and there's an island and they sit around and have a drink. This is that, but multiplied in its effect. So how are you going to do kitchen cabinets in a place where you've built these stratas and floors that fall out of ceilings? This took more than 18 months to custom build this kitchen and its cabinets on site. It's a kitchen with amazing storage space. Amazing storage space. This room, like all the rooms in the loft, really honors living and loving. You have the spotlight effect over the bed, and then you've got a shower sauna. This bathroom area was designed like you're stepping into a diamond. You're literally stepping into a shiny cubist painting. You can see how much attention was paid to having good storage and being able to solve those problems before they became problems. I wanted to build something that would inspire. We've had a lot of fun here, and now it's time for somebody to come in and create their own creation and be their own artist.
Coming up just after this short break, we are in this sexy, elegant take on mid-century design. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles at this bespoke interpretation of mid-century design. Bright and airy with a sexy tropical flair, it's the kind of home meant to evoke a dream vacation every time you enter. Take a look.
I'm Ken McKenna, the owner of this property. Welcome to Los Feliz, originally a mid-century modern from the 1950s, but now completely reconstructed and an oasis for its occupants and for its guests. To anybody who comes in the front door of this house, it's pretty striking that the ceiling is an extensive modernist coffered ceiling. The hope here was that the walnut would give a kind of warmth to something that might easily come across as too severe. So the entry hall leads seamlessly into the living area, which is all designed as open plan. I like open plan, I think most people do, but it can have some drawbacks. One is the loss of privacy. The other concern that open plan can bring is that the kitchen has to be incorporated. Kitchens have design elements that are so strong that it's easy for them to take over visually. And here the idea is to make the kitchen as elegant and understated as possible so that one doesn't really feel like you're in the kitchen, and yet the kitchen is completely functional. One thing I really like about the house is that the entire living area, including the kitchen and the dining area next to it, all open out seamlessly onto the lawn. The turf here is synthetic. We have a water consideration. We do live in a fairly dry area, but there's plenty of nature out here. The trees helps to filter the light and give this whole area a kind of quasi-indoor feeling without ever actually feeling claustrophobic. One of the main features of the house is the pavilion. It could serve as the family room, entertainment room. There is a bar. It's also something that could be used as a guest room, and it could also function as a children's playroom or a home office. The main striking feature of the primary bedroom is a slightly sunken area that's a reading nook. The idea is to bring as much of nature as possible in without being too aggressive about it. The lighting is recessed into the beams, which I think creates a kind of jewel-like effect. And then finally, the bedroom area sweeps seamlessly towards the bath and a small deck beyond. There is an outdoor shower, which is possible because the deck in the back enjoys complete privacy because of the giant timber bamboo that borders the property on all sides. I want to thank you for joining me. This project was a labor of love, and I hope the owner will benefit from that and appreciate it, and that you join me on the next project.
When we come back, we are with this artist at the Brooklyn townhouse he calls home. We'll see you in just a few. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn with artist and designer Harlan Brandon. Harlan started out in fashion but transitioned to fine art. He celebrates the architecture of his classic townhouse with a personal curation of his pieces that play off the original details beautifully. See for yourself.
Art is essential in design. I'm Harlan Brandon. This is my home in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn. This Gilded Age brownstone was built in 1910. I kept many of the original details as they were, and I can't wait to show it to you. And here in the foyer, you can see some of these incredible details, starting with these etched glass windows in the entry door. And above me is an original light. Originally, it was gas, but now it's electric. That whole transition of time is something that we're very conscious of throughout the house. The element of time and the use of time. This is my living room. This is where I honor the architectural details of the house and marry them together with my artwork. One of the reasons why we took this house, it came with the artwork. Look at this ceiling. Oftentimes I sit down here, contemplate, look at the ceiling, be inspired. And here you can see some of the original details, the moldings, the shutters, and this spectacular, enormous mirror. If I wasn't vain before this mirror, I am now. The majority of the furnishings in the living room are from Ralph Lauren Home. There are also a number of different pieces integrated in that are family heirloom pieces. This is from my father's bar. He was a connoisseur, as far as he was concerned, of gin. Oh, that's nice. I also have a piece from my grandmother Sonia on the other side of the room. When you renovate, when you refurbish, and you lose all of what was there in the past, you lose a sense of connection. This is a grand space and a wonderful space to display art. I like to see the art in a living environment before it goes out to the client. In each one of the images, there's a building going on, and the color also speaks to emotion. Art is expanding and communicating the broadness of civilization. Art is not my only creative outlet. Let me introduce you to my second. I love to cook. The kitchen had to be someplace that I could create and entertain at the same time. These cabinets are inspired by a friend of mine in London. He had the same exact cabinets, pretty much. I sketched them out and said, I can create this for myself. I didn't tell him. There's an enormous amount of storage space throughout. And like the rest of my house, the design in here has a story. Yet another family heirloom mirror. This is from my mother's, it's from the 1940s. The fireplace is from the Gilded Age. You can't create mistakes. When there's a patina, when there's a scratch, wonderful, beautiful. Oftentimes artwork in the process creates challenges. No different than cooking. But when it works, you pierce the veil of majesty. In my bedroom, I wanted to give it a traditional feel. I started with this 1930s armoire, and we paired it with a Baker sleigh bed, a Baker chaise lounge, as well as Ralph Lauren pillows. A lot of what I do requires so much of me. This is a place that you come that's serene, calm, and inviting. Art is essential to life and interior design as well. And a house's history should be embraced and celebrated. And my home is an example of both. Thank you for taking a look.
Coming up in just a few, we are in Kips Bay at one of the newest projects of this jet-setting designer. We'll be right back. You're watching Open House NYC. Now we're in this luxurious penthouse duplex in Kips Bay with designer Andres Escobar. This is a home designed to communicate with the city, which is fitting because it has 360-degree views. Andres shows us around.
The thing that I love the most about design is that I have an opportunity to travel the world, meet wonderful people, and deliver their dreams. I'm Andres Escobar, designer, and welcome to this wonderful penthouse in Kips Bay, New York City. The challenge with this place was to create a very unique, spacious, beautifully curated apartment that would allow the resident to actually have all kinds of experiences. So the place will feel not only well appointed, but also will bring in all this natural light and all these fantastic views that we have around us. Here in the living room, we wanted to be fairly eclectic. Yeah, given that the space was actually fairly large, we were able to actually put a very contemporary sectional alongside the swivel chairs. They happen to be Fendi. We chose these swivel chairs for many reasons. They're wonderful, they're beautiful, the materiality is incredible. The lighting in the living room actually is a very contemporary light fixture, which is Swarovski crystals. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a little bit of glitter. So the light fixture actually enhances and reflects on this silver leaf ceiling that we have created. For the dining area, we actually selected a material that will look like a continuity of the actual countertop of the kitchen. The chairs, wonderfully fully upholstered. When you're in here, you feel like you're indoor-outdoor. The kitchen was fully designed by us. We have selected all the materiality, all the wood essence versus the glass cabinetry, the island being natural stone, the whole selection of the appliance package and everything else that should work kind of like in unison. The breakfast nook is actually a continuation of the whole space. So the walls are also Venetian plaster. You have your own specific chandelier above it. You actually have great views, you're in a great surroundings, and it's your most comfortable space to begin the day with. This apartment actually has 4 bedrooms, and we have 2 principal bedrooms. In this particular apartment, we have the bedroom that has outdoor space. It has a beautifully 5-piece bathroom, and the closet is everybody's dream closet, fully well appointed. For the principal bedroom, we use very simply faux fini, meaning special paint throughout. I wanted to have this sort of like feel of being kind of like a silk finishing on the walls. It was something that it was designed specifically for this principal bedroom. Since this apartment had such vast outdoor space, we wanted the terrace that is adjacent to the kitchen, living, dining room to be an entertainment extension of that aspect. For the terrace in the bedroom, so we wanted to create a little area where you actually could sit down, have coffee in the morning, and it takes a different personality as what you would find on the living space. Designing a special project is a combination of customization, the textures, the materiality, all of that combined brings the design to a completely different level. And this is what we achieved here. Thank you for coming.
Coming up, we're with this creative couple in the East Village. We'll see you in just a few. Welcome back, everyone. Now we are in the East Village with the principals of Studio 397 Architecture. See how Samantha and her partner Louis modernized and heightened the functionality of this downtown condo. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Luis Medina.
And I'm Samantha Josaphat Medina, and we're principals of Studio 397 Architecture.
Welcome to our recently renovated project near Union Square.
And we're excited to show you around. We wanted to make a statement in the entryway, and so we designed this beautiful custom millwork. This is a New York City condo, so space is at a premium. So we wanted it to be both beautiful and useful. And we wanted to integrate this threshold between the foyer and the rest of the home.
As you walk into the apartment, the first spaces you see are the dining room and the kitchen. One of the goals was to introduce more lighting and give the space a seamless feel. We achieved that by adding a drop ceiling in the dining room with some recessed lighting, and also by introducing a new custom millwork piece. And then another millwork piece on this corner, which previously had a solid wall, which we opened up and add more shelving and storage space. The white oak on this piece speaks to the entryway
And this countertop introduces the materiality of the kitchen. And we chose this beveled edge Carrera subway tile to speak with the existing countertop. We designed new doors for the wall and base cabinets along with the refrigerator and the dishwasher. We also concealed the hardware to create a refined look. And the last bit of magic in here is the window. We reduced the lines around the window so that your eye is directed straight out into the city, which brings all this natural light into the space.
In the bedroom, we kept things simple. It was all about small changes just to make the architecture appear to have more purpose. We started out by building the soffit above the bed to match the line of the beam above the windows. And to bring some symmetry to the room on the opposite side, we built out a bump out.
And in the bathroom, we decided to go with large format tiles to minimize the amount of grout lines. We wanted the primary suite to be a zen place for this busy family. Through materiality, lighting elements, and custom millwork, we were able to achieve the design goals.
And thus create a beautiful modern home for this growing family. Thank you for joining us on this tour.
I can't believe the show's already over. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, because we're gonna keep giving you these amazing homes.